Hi guys, welcome back to the Storm and Cellar. Today we'll take a look at the first 6 weeks of cadets at the U.S. Air Force Academy. By the way, the Academy is the largest officer commissioning source, followed by Air Force ROTC and Officer Training School. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video and I'll give you my thoughts as we go along.
On a mild Thursday in June, more than 1,100 appointees arrived at the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, where future
1,100 appointees arrive at the U.S. Air Force Academy. In the class of 2022, there were 1,434 that were appointed. Now that makes me wonder, are they drawing down the military to a point where they're reducing it? But of the class of 2022, 863 went on to the U.S. Air Force and 94 to the U.S. Space Force. Now, according to U.S. Air Force Academy statistics, it's expected that approximately 20% will either drop out or, for whatever reason, not complete training.
future officers prepare to be commissioned into the U.S. Air Force and Space Force.
Good luck. Good luck, okay?
Insider was there for In-Processing Day, or I-Day, which marks day one of new cadets' time at the Academy.
Pretty much all of my family has been in the military. Both my mom and dad are Air Force veterans.
I'm not from a military family, so I have no idea what I'm going into. I'm just really excited.
When we drove up here, I was like, wow, this is actually real. It didn't really feel real until we got here and got dropped off.
I-Day kicks off the Air Force Academy's basic cadet training, a challenging 6-week program that all cadets are required to complete.
We're going to push them to their physical, emotional, and mental limits. We're going to find out where that line is, and then over time, deliberately and safely, we're going to push them further than they thought they could go.
Notice the cadets are arriving in June. So ID, as they said, is merely in-processing day before they begin their 6 weeks of basic training, which is extremely intensive. The purpose of the 6 weeks is really to evaluate the cadets' mental, physical, and psychological abilities. They're also taught military customs and courtesies, which is going to aid them throughout their career.
Just under 10% of the more than 11,000 applicants were admitted to the Academy. 29% of this incoming class is female, and minorities make up 32%.
11% of 11,000 applicants are admitted. It's harder to get into the academies than it is to an Ivy League school such as Harvard. 29% of cadets are women and 32% are minorities. Of course, there is a huge push for minorities to move into the officer corps of the military today.
Applicants must pass a physical fitness exam and receive a nomination from their congressional representative.
A congressional recommendation means you can not only get a U.S. representative or a U.S. senator, but also vice president or presidential recommendation as well.
A very rigorous process. We look for candidates who have strong academic backgrounds, strong athletic backgrounds, but also have demonstrated leadership potential in their careers as students.
It hasn't hit me yet, but I think once we start getting into briefings and stuff and my parents are actually gone, I'm not gonna see them more, I'm probably gonna get hit pretty hard.
Xander. Yes, sir. You're on your own.
Once inside the athletic center, the appointees make their way through 7 different in-processing stations.
I can't overemphasize to get admitted to the academy, 2 of the biggest things is, as the general said, the athletic ability and also your academics. But there are other things such as leadership in your class and also maybe being involved in Air Force ROTC, Eagle Scouts, Civil Air Patrol. All those things carry a lot of weight in getting into the academy.
Congratulations, good luck.
Appointees are issued a copy of Contrails, a 192-page guidebook that contains important information about the Air Force and the Air Force Academy.
They are going to be required to, for the most part, memorize that book from cover to cover.
For the next step, you only need your proof of citizenship. Everything else you can put away.
The appointees have one final opportunity to discreetly dispose of any illegal drugs.
Discreetly get rid of drugs. Yeah.
Drugs, weapons, or pornography.
The easiest way to get in trouble today is be on your cell phone, okay? Do not be that guy.
The appointees make their way to the cadet gym to take the oath of allegiance.
Raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Located 70 miles south of Denver, the Academy is nestled into the foothills of the Rocky Mountains.
Sheltering the United States Air Force Academy.
Congress authorized the creation of the Academy in 1954.
We're out to develop.
From 1947, when the U.S. Air Force was first established, West Point Military Academy actually produced most of the U.S. Air Force officers until 1954. In 1955, the first class began at Lowry Air Force Base in Denver, Colorado, and then moved, when construction was complete, over to the present-day U.S. Air Force Academy campus. Now, in 1958 is when the first class was there.
Motivated, dedicated, regular Air Force officers. All-round men who can handle themselves anywhere in the world and eventually in space.
Congratulations, you're now officially a basic cadet of the Air Force Academy. Have a great...
All Air Force Academy graduates receive a regular commission, which guarantees they would be retained during a reduction in force, as long as there were no disciplinary actions against them or that they were promotable.
Great Air Force Academy Day.
This warm welcome won't last for long, because these new cadets are about to meet the cadre.
Close this gap! Close the gap!
A select group of upper-class cadets who run basic training.
Come on, don't look at the ground. It's not going anywhere.
They are my eyes and ears every single day, down to the individual basic cadet.
Put your bags down. Pick them back up.
They've been trained over the last several weeks as far as how to properly train the basics.
You will not be looking at the cadre. You will not be looking at the ground. Is that understood? Yes, sir.
So they know how to put pressure on them, and more importantly, they know how to hold them to standards that they themselves are held to.
It's row! Get on my freaking bus! Go, 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 go! You are now basic cadets! Welcome to the United States Air Force Academy!
It's here the cadets learn the 7 basic responses.
Yes, sir! No, sir! No excuse, sir!
Yes, sir! No, sir! No excuse, sir!
So the 7 basic responses, that's a tradition here at the United States Air Force Academy. And what that does is it ensures that they're responding correctly when we talk about customs and courtesies, which is expected throughout your entire Air Force career.
Have I made myself clear? Yes, sir!
So they're expected to respond a certain way and say certain things, and that's the only thing that will be accepted by the cadre.
I will warn you now, if you are not willing to sacrifice your personal comfort, your safety, or your life for your country, stay on my bus. But basics.
This is what it's all about. I like this.
If you're ready to dedicate yourself towards something bigger than us all and to fight for the United States, then get off my bus! Move it! Move it! Let's go!
That is that real, where the real shock and awe happens.
Hurry up!
There's a lot of command voice. It's very loud, but there's a lot of kind of teaching going on at the moment, but also kind of demanding that they respond and that they listen.
Most of these young men and women have never had anyone even raise their voice to them, so this really is shock and awe.
Kind of getting that first experience of what we expect from a person in the military.
When you exited that bus, you took the first step that every member of the long blue line has taken. Do not disappoint those that came before you.
The new cadets stand on gray footprints, which are used to teach them how to stand at the position of attention. and the cadre ensures that they learn quickly.
Andre! All out, make corrections!
I think initially the basics are probably pretty scared.
I can't hear you! Get louder!
They're probably not sure what to expect, so when they get that shock and they hear the yelling and screaming, they're probably a little thrown back.
The new cadets are also quizzed on the 7 basic responses that they learned on the bus.
Make sure your classmates can hear you! He's struggling over there!
The cadets then make their way up the core values ramp, which is easier said than done for some cadets.
She's wearing slides! Pink freaking slides!
I'm moving faster than you, and I'm wearing heels. I like that. But what the heck is she wearing heels in an environment like this? I don't know.
Look, I was a stupid basic, I know. But I made some smart decisions before I got here.
Upon arrival at Vandenberg Hall, the new cadets receive a colored hat signifying their graduation class, which they'll wear throughout their time at the academy.
After that, find your squadron of aggressors new Hellcats left and right.
The cadets are then sorted into their squadrons before a stop at the barber shop. Male cadets must shave their heads. Female cadets' hair can't extend past their shoulder blades, and they must keep it in a ponytail, braid, or tight bun.
Now, with the new woke military, I'm sure men will soon be able to wear their hair shoulder length or in a man bun. I don't know. Wonder when the next cadet will be transsexual or cross-dresser and how that'll work out at the academy. We'll wait and see.
Form a line down this wall, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Move, let's go.
Then, it's time for equipment issue.
Grab your duffel bag, walk on around to the first window.
Cadets receive everything they'll need for basic training, including PT uniforms, bed linens, and a computer. Tuition at the Air Force Academy is free, but cadets commit to 5 years of active duty service after graduation.
Now that's 5 years commitment after graduation, except if you go to undergraduate flying training, which is 10 years after completion of undergraduate pilot training and 6 years after completion of undergraduate combat systems officer or undergraduate air battle manager training. So if that tacks on a few more years.
While at the academy, cadets receive a salary of about $1,200 per month.
Hurry up!
The new cadets pack all of their gear into their duffel bags and head to their dorm rooms to prepare for 6 challenging weeks of basic training.
I-Day starts their journey for 4 years into the rest of their lives. The change that we hope to see, and that we usually do see, is their change as leaders of character. People who are ready to live honorably, but also ready to lift others, lift their teammates, their wingmen to be their best possible selves. If we get that from our cadets as they leave and go on to serve our country, then we will consider ourselves successful.
The end of this 6 weeks is just the beginning of freshmen, or doolies as they're called, their year. For the next year, it is filled with more of the same harassment from upperclassmen, and to include a full academic year of rigorous courses such as calculus, physics, and chemistry. By the way, the term doolies is derived from the Greek word meaning slave or servant. Okay, I'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to help grow it. Hey, let me know what you think by leaving your comments below. Especially some of you Air Force Academy graduates out there. I'd like to hear from you as well. Okay, until next time, make sure all your takeoff and landings equal.